Thank you so much, dear Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, dear Finnish hosts. Thank you so much for having us here in neighboring Helsinki. We live, as we all know, in turbulent times. On the one hand, the developments in Russia and China's growing geopolitical ambitions. On the other, the United States' tendency to move away from multilateralism and international cooperation. We have seen a spike in populism and short-term thinking in Europe and beyond. In many countries, backwards-looking nationalism appeared to be more appealing than future-oriented internationalism. And those who wish to destabilize Europe and European cooperation meet increasing opportunities to do so. For us, now is the time to step up. We must stand up for and defend the basis of who we are and what has been the foundation for our leading position in the world the last decades. Free trade, a free, rule-based international global order, liberal democracy, the rule of law, tolerance and openness at home. This requires the ability to set goals and priorities and lead the way forward for long-term growth and prosperity. This also requires that we uphold our values, regardless if threats against them come from within or from the outside. There are areas in which European cooperation ought to be deeper and broader, go further and reach higher. European cooperation is crucial for the many challenges that no individual country can address alone. That is terrorism, obviously. In this interconnected world, we need to fight the threat of terrorism through enhanced cooperation. There simply is no other way. Foreign affairs. When we stand united, our voice is strong and cannot be ignored. When we are divided, we will have a weaker impact or no impact at all, be it against Russian hybrid attacks or Chinese human rights abuse. Free trade. When the walls of protectionism risk being raised again, we must stand united for the benefits of free trade agreements. The internal market. In times of rapid technological change, there is no room for complacency. We are at risk of losing our edge unless we continue to push for the deepening of the internal market, be it in energy, data, or services. Migration. The EU must fully control its external borders and find a viable system to deal both with asylum seekers and with the increasing pressure from migrant workers. The environment, finally, and climate change. We must work towards ambitious climate policy designed to combine economic progress with emissions reduction. This is how we build trust in European cooperation for the coming decades. There are no shortcuts to convince our citizens that we are able to deal with our generation's biggest challenges. At the same time, politics require the ability to make tough choices. This is really how politics work locally and nationally and at the European level. We need to be able to understand what is outdated in previous policies and therefore cannot be defended by us or even explained to our citizens. Be it Parliament working out of two cities at a great cost but no benefit, or be it EU budget process designed for yesterday's priorities. The unfortunate Brexit decision, as well as the new long-term budget, gives us a unique opportunity and a responsibility to overhaul the budget to fit today's challenges. Dear friends, finally, despite everything we already have achieved, we cannot rest on our laurels as the world rushes on, with or without us. Either we defend our values, define our interests, and decide to push for them, or someone else will make up the future for us. I am pretty convinced that we can steer Europe into a prosperous and secure future, despite the many challenges and outright difficulties we face. We have stepped up before, and we can do it again. Thank you so much.